Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing News.
Terence Crawford implies Canelo's afraid of him? Look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. In Local Fanboy on Twitter, according to Boxing, this guy is the biggest Terence Bud Crawford fanboy. He says the truth about Canelo versus Crawford. He pulls up a video of Fight Hub TV with Marcos Villegas and Canelo Alvarez, where he states that he's willing to fight Errol Spence at 160 pounds. He's willing to come from 168 to 160 to fight Errol Spence. Now, Terence Crawford piggybacked on this video and post and states, LOL, what y'all thoughts on Canelo saying he can make a fight with Spence at 160, but for me, he says, I can't make the weight. He also says it wouldn't make a difference, it's just a thought, laughing out loud. So basically, he's implying that Canelo's afraid of him. I mean, you can make 160 for Spence, but for me, you can't make 158 catch weight, you can't make 160, and you're not really interested at 168, but you're open to it. So he's saying, you're kind of afraid because it's contradictory. It doesn't make any sense. And if you look at this on the surface, it does look like a contradiction, but it's not. First off, that video was shot in 2020. You got to understand that video was shot in 2020. In 2019, Canelo Alvarez was fighting at 160. He had just fought Danny Jacobs at 160. So the year before, it wasn't inconceivable that Canelo Alvarez could have fought at 160 again if he really wanted to. This is 3 years ago, mind you. Not only that, Canelo Alvarez said last year, before the Errol Spence-Terence Crawford fight, he stated that he's only open to fighting Errol Spence at 168. He's not willing to go down from 168, and this was over a year ago. What are you talking about? This whole thing has been body bagged. He just told you he's not going down below 160, and he told that to Errol Spence. You got to go dig up a video from almost 3 years ago to try to make Canelo Alvarez look bad, look afraid? What makes any of these idiots think Canelo's afraid of anybody? Canelo Alvarez has fought Dimitri Bivol, who would wipe the floor with Terence Crawford. I mean, let's just be honest. Let's not play stupid. Canelo Alvarez has fought at a weight class he did not belong at 175 to fight killers. When has Terence Crawford fought at 175? So why would Canelo be afraid of him? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Canelo fought Floyd Mayweather, a prime Erislandy Lara, a prime Triple G. He fought some of the biggest killers in boxing. Why would he be afraid of Bud Crawford, a guy who's dropped by Kavaliauskas? And you keep forgetting, Canelo Alvarez is not Errol Spence. We got to understand. We got to understand that Errol Spence would have gotten destroyed by Canelo had that fight ever happened. We got to understand and speak facts on this. At the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez was not willing to go below 168 pounds as far as 2022 for Errol Spence Jr. That fight would have had to be at 168. And here is the facts to prove it. Because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.